Welcome to Forestkeepers Network. This is a network of people across the state that are interested in engaging with their trees and forests in their backyards, in their parks, or in wooded spaces around their neighborhoods and in their community. The information that we gather through the Forestkeeper Network is informing the Missouri Department of Conservation and Forest Relief on forest health and also engagement with the community throughout the year. We have resources and ideas for how you can connect with trees on our website, and we also send out a quarterly newsletter, the leaflet. In here we provide all kinds of information and helpful tips, as well as some forums that we're hoping to go over with you. We ask all of our forest keepers to fill out an annual activity report. This report really is something that tells us about what you're doing. It helps us communicate to our partners at the Missouri Department of Conservation about all of the ways that their information and their influence have spread out across the state of Missouri. So we want to go over a few things because the questions come up often in this report. One of the things that's a key metric that we capture is the total hours of participation. So when you're looking at all of these different activities, what we want is to know who's doing it and how much time you're devoting to that. We don't expect that any forest keeper is going to do all of the activities, but find some things that are interesting to you. On the form here, you can see we have tree planting, we have outdoor education. Maybe you're working with a 4-H group, or maybe you're working with your child's elementary school and doing a talk about tree species, or even a tree walk. All of that stuff could help and could be counted as part of your forest keeper contribution. We also have advocacy in our activity report. So if you're reaching out to your state legislature, your decision makers in your community, and promoting the importance and value of conservation, that's such a critical part of forest management. So we want to know that in your activity report. And finally, if you own your own forest, if you're doing work, invasive species mitigation, for example, and you're doing actual hands-on work in your private forest, capture that information, because our entire forest system is serving the state of Missouri. So whether it's state forest or private forest, all of that's really important to Forest Relief and to the Department of Conservation. The important thing that I want to stress here is that all of these activities are voluntary. So jump in where you can and make sure that you tell us who's with you. If you bring 2 friends to a tree planting, on the number of people involved, that would be you and 2 friends. That would be 3. And then capture the number of hours that it took you to do that. If you bring the same 2 friends to an outreach event at the school library, you want to include them again in the advocacy or education component. So then another 3 people involved, even if they're the same 3 people, and capture the additional hours served. Really, just the take home for this is that your information matters. We take this information and roll it up across the state, and that information and data drives how the Department of Conservation delivers not only their outreach and education, but also their forest management objectives for the coming year. So we really appreciate your support.